Have you ever felt like your own mind is both your greatest strength and your greatest burden? Have people told you, "You're overthinking it," when, in reality, you simply notice things they don't? If so, today's video may feel deeply personal. Before we begin, if you enjoy exploring psychology, relationships, and the hidden patterns behind human behavior, take a moment to subscribe and join our growing community. Here, we explore ideas inspired by great thinkers and psychological research to help you build healthier relationships and understand yourself on a deeper level. Now, let's begin. People often assume that being highly intelligent is an advantage in every area of life. They imagine that intelligent people solve problems effortlessly, always know what to say, and naturally build successful careers and relationships. From the outside, intelligence looks like a blessing. But psychology suggests that intelligence can also bring unique emotional challenges. The same mind that solves complex problems can also create complex worries. The same ability to recognize patterns can sometimes lead to seeing problems that others never notice. And nowhere do these hidden struggles appear more clearly than in relationships. Love isn't simply about logic. Relationships require trust, vulnerability, patience, and emotional balance. Sometimes, the qualities that make someone intellectually gifted can make emotional connection more difficult. Let's explore the first 4 struggles. Number 1. You overthink everything, especially in relationships. Your mind rarely switches off. When your partner sends a short text, you don't just read the message, you analyze it. Why did they use a period instead of an emoji? Why did they respond 2 hours later? Did something change? Did I say something wrong? While another person might simply think, "They're probably busy." Your mind starts creating multiple explanations. Psychologists sometimes describe this tendency as analysis paralysis. Instead of helping you reach clarity, excessive thinking can make simple situations feel incredibly complicated. Ironically, your intelligence becomes the very thing that steals your peace. Relationships need communication, but they also require trust. Constantly searching for hidden meanings where none exist can slowly create anxiety that damages the connection you want to protect. Sometimes your greatest challenge isn't understanding your partner. It's knowing when to stop analyzing. Because not every silence hides rejection. Not every delayed message means lost interest, and not every disagreement predicts the end of the relationship. Learning to separate facts from imagined possibilities is one of the healthiest skills an intelligent person can develop. Number 2, you crave depth, but many relationships stay on the surface. Small talk drains you. You don't simply want to ask someone how their day was. You want to know what shaped them, what fears they hide, what dreams they gave up, why they became the person they are today. You want conversations that stretch for hours and leave both people feeling understood. Unfortunately, not everyone communicates this way. Many people are perfectly comfortable talking about work, weather, sports, or daily routines. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your emotional and intellectual needs are much deeper, you may begin feeling lonely, even while sitting next to someone you love. One of the greatest misconceptions about loneliness is that it only happens when you're alone. In reality, some of the loneliest people are in relationships where they don't feel emotionally seen. You may find yourself thinking, "I wish someone understood how my mind works." That desire isn't arrogance. It's a longing for genuine connection. Healthy relationships are built when two people become curious about each other's inner world, even if they don't think exactly alike. Compatibility isn't about having identical minds. It's about respecting each other's differences enough to keep learning. Number 3, you notice everything, including what others try to hide. Highly observant people often recognize subtle patterns in behavior. You notice changes in tone, body language, eye contact, energy, the words someone chooses, and the words they avoid. This awareness can become a gift. It helps you recognize manipulation, dishonesty, mixed signals, and emotional distance long before anyone says a word. But this gift has a cost, because when you notice everything, you also carry more emotional weight. You may sense that your partner is upset before they admit it. You may detect tension in the room that everyone else ignores. You may realize a friendship is fading months before others notice. Sometimes you're right. Sometimes your observations protect you. But sometimes your brain connects patterns that don't actually exist. Psychologists remind us that even very intelligent minds can make incorrect assumptions. That's why healthy communication is so important. Instead of assuming you know exactly what someone is thinking, ask. Curiosity builds stronger relationships than certainty. Remember this. Being perceptive is valuable. Believing you're always correct about what you perceive can become dangerous. The strongest relationships balance observation with open conversation. Number 4, you carry the heavy expectation of always getting everything right. People often assume that intelligent people have life figured out. If you're the person everyone comes to for advice, they may forget that you also need reassurance. You become the problem solver, the calm one, the responsible one, the person who always knows what to do. But inside, you may feel just as uncertain as everyone else. Psychologists have long studied something called imposter syndrome, where capable people doubt their own abilities despite evidence of success. In relationships, this can become exhausting. You may believe you should always have the perfect answer, always make the perfect decision, always understand your partner's emotions, always fix every conflict. But relationships don't require perfection. They require honesty. Sometimes saying, "I don't know, I'm confused, I'm struggling," or "I need your help," creates far more intimacy than pretending to have all the answers. Real love isn't built on flawless performance. It's built on mutual acceptance. The strongest couples aren't the ones who never make mistakes. They're the ones who learn how to repair them together. If you've recognized yourself in these first 4 struggles, you're certainly not alone. Many thoughtful, curious people experience similar patterns. Intelligence can help you understand the world, but emotional wisdom helps you build lasting relationships. In this next part, we explore 4 more hidden struggles, including why intelligent people often get bored easily, battle perfectionism, question everything, and sometimes carry emotional burdens that don't even belong to them. These final struggles may explain why some of the brightest minds still find relationships surprisingly difficult, and what psychology suggests we can do to create deeper, healthier, and more fulfilling connections. Number 5. You get bored easily, but not because you don't care. One of the biggest misunderstandings in relationships is confusing boredom with a lack of love. Sometimes, people with highly curious minds simply crave novelty, challenge, and growth. They enjoy learning new skills, exploring unfamiliar ideas, and solving difficult problems. When life becomes too predictable, their minds naturally begin searching for something more stimulating. Unfortunately, a partner may misinterpret this. They might think, "You don't enjoy spending time with me anymore. You've lost interest. You've changed." But often, that isn't the real issue at all. The relationship hasn't lost its value. The mind is simply craving fresh experiences. Healthy relationships are not built by constantly finding new people. They're built by discovering new sides of the same person. The happiest couples never stop asking questions. They continue dating each other. They travel together, learn together, laugh together, face challenges together. Growth keeps love alive. Routine creates stability, but too much routine without curiosity can make even strong relationships feel emotionally flat. If your mind constantly seeks stimulation, don't assume the relationship is the problem. Ask whether the relationship has stopped growing. Sometimes all it needs is a new shared adventure. Number 6. Perfectionism quietly damages love. Many intelligent people hold themselves to incredibly high standards. They want to say the perfect thing, make the perfect decision, be the perfect partner, create the perfect future. Psychologists often distinguish healthy striving from maladaptive perfectionism. The latter involves believing that anything less than perfect is failure. In relationships, this mindset can become exhausting. You may replay every disagreement for days. You criticize yourself for saying one wrong sentence. You feel guilty over small mistakes that your partner has already forgotten. Even worse, perfectionism can spread to your expectations of others. Without realizing it, you may expect your partner to always understand you, always communicate perfectly, always respond the right way. But no human being can meet impossible standards. Love grows stronger when people are allowed to be imperfect. Think about the people you trust most. It probably isn't because they've never made mistakes. It's because they admit them. They apologize. They learn. They keep showing up. Perfection builds pressure. Grace builds intimacy. The healthiest relationships are not between perfect people. They're between people who keep choosing each other despite their imperfections. Number 7. You question everything, including love itself. Curiosity is one of intelligence's greatest gifts. It pushes science forward, creates innovation, challenges old ideas. But curiosity doesn't stop when you enter a relationship. Instead, your mind keeps asking questions. Do they really love me? Why did they react that way? What does commitment actually mean? Am I choosing the right person? Could there be someone more compatible? Should relationships feel easier than this? Some questions are healthy. They help us grow. Others become endless mental loops that steal our peace. There comes a point where love requires trust alongside understanding. No relationship can survive if every emotion is constantly placed under a microscope. Sometimes your partner simply wants you to enjoy the moment, to laugh, to hold hands, to watch a sunset without analyzing what it symbolizes. Psychology reminds us that secure relationships grow through consistent actions over time, not through finding absolute certainty, because certainty rarely exists. Love is always, to some degree, an act of faith. At some point, every healthy relationship asks us to stop collecting evidence and start building trust. That doesn't mean ignoring red flags. It means recognizing the difference between genuine concerns and endless doubt. Number 8. You carry emotions that aren't yours. Many thoughtful people also possess deep empathy. They don't just hear another person's pain. They feel it. When someone they love is anxious, they become anxious. When someone is grieving, they carry that sadness long after the conversation ends. Psychologists sometimes refer to this as emotional contagion, the tendency to absorb the emotional states of people around us. Empathy is one of the greatest gifts you can offer a relationship. It allows your partner to feel understood, safe, accepted. But empathy without boundaries becomes emotional exhaustion. Some people spend years trying to rescue everyone around them. They become the therapist, the peacemaker, the emotional caretaker. Meanwhile, no one notices that they are quietly falling apart themselves. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Supporting the people you love does not require carrying every burden they face. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is stand beside someone without trying to carry their entire world on your shoulders. Healthy love means sharing emotional weight, not absorbing all of it. If you lose yourself while trying to save someone else, eventually both people suffer. Protecting your own emotional health isn't selfish. It's necessary. So, what does all of this mean? If you recognized yourself in several of these struggles, it doesn't necessarily mean you are more intelligent than other people. Personality, life experiences, emotional sensitivity, and many other factors can shape these patterns too. What matters most is self-awareness. Intelligence may help you understand how the mind works, but emotional maturity teaches you how to live with your own mind peacefully. The goal isn't to think less, it's to think wisely. To know when analysis is useful and when it's time to simply experience life. The strongest relationships are not built by the smartest people. They are built by people who know when to listen instead of assume, when to communicate instead of guess, when to forgive instead of keeping score, and when to love without demanding perfection. Your mind may notice details that others miss. Your curiosity may lead you to questions few people ask. Your empathy may allow you to understand pain that others overlook. Those qualities can become incredible strengths if they are balanced with trust, humility, patience, and healthy boundaries. Remember this: your intelligence is only one part of who you are. Your kindness, your compassion, your willingness to grow, these are the qualities that create lasting love. If today's video resonated with you, let us know in the comments which of these 8 struggles felt most familiar. Your story might encourage someone else who has spent years believing they were simply too much or too different. And if you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to subscribe to the Love and Relationship Lab today. Join us to grow as we make more videos inspired by psychology, relationships, lived experiences, and the timeless ideas of great thinkers. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.